We may only be 3 months into 2023, but I've already had the opportunity to live with 13 brand new vehicles, totaling $805,000 and 4,200 horsepower for an average of $62,000 and 320 horsepower per vehicle. There's been 6 gas vehicles, 4 all-electric cars, 2 hybrids, and 1 diesel truck. And these are my takeaways from this experience. 2 vehicles impressed me a lot more than I thought they would, namely the Toyota Sequoia and the Chevy Bolt EUV. In terms of the Toyota Sequoia, I had driven this powertrain in the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro, which I drove last summer, so I thought I knew what I was getting into when I got behind the wheel of the Toyota Sequoia. However, the pairing of this powertrain with the much more supple ride quality that the Toyota Sequoia offers over the Toyota Tundra really were a great pairing in this vehicle, and it was an excellent road trip vehicle. You can get up to 24 miles per gallon on the Toyota Sequoia. In over 1,000 miles of driving, only averaged 18.7 mpg, but they were very, very comfortable miles, and the powertrain offers ample amounts of get up and go, so you can really put your foot down and move this large, full-size SUV. And I really enjoyed my time with it. But the Chevy Bolt EUV definitely surprised me the most of any of the cars I drove. I wasn't expecting much getting into this all-electric Chevy hatchback crossover thing, and I was super surprised when I got behind the wheel. General Motors packs a lot into fully loaded Chevy Bolts, including a panoramic sunroof, heated and cooled seats, a digital rearview mirror, heated rear seats, a heated steering wheel, and GM's Super Cruise. And on top of all of that, you get 247 miles of all-electric driving, which is a pretty good figure, especially given the fact that it costs $38,000 fully loaded and before the federal tax credit. Now, I drove this car while I was in LA, and it's definitely the ideal environment for an electric car in general because you spend most of your time not moving when you're on the road because of the traffic. And as a small compact vehicle that's very maneuverable, the Chevy Bolt EUV really thrived in that environment. Switching gears to the vehicle I was most disappointed by, I want to preface this by saying that again, I was driving in LA, which was really not the target area or setting for this vehicle, but it was the Chevy Silverado Trail Boss Duramax. The LT trim level Silverado that I drove cost $67,000, which seems like a lot of money to spend on a truck with cloth seats and no blind spot monitoring. From the competition that I have driven from Ford and Toyota, those vehicles seem to offer more for a similar price point and are overall more enticing packages. I, however, did love the Duramax diesel engine in the Silverado. I found it very efficient, and in my terribly inefficient LA driving, I averaged 15 miles per gallon, which is a lot better than the similarly spec'd Toyota Tundra's 11 miles per gallon I got on the non-hybrid Tundra. But the most important part of this video is my favorite car I have driven this year so far, and that would be the 2023 Genesis G90. This makes sense as it was the most expensive car I have driven at $101,000, but it just oozed luxury. The doors closed automatically, there was perfume that it blew into the cabin, there was all-wheel steering, and it was so comfortable. And with the competition of Mercedes S-Classes, Lexus LXs, BMW 7 Series, and Audi A8s, easily going up to $120,000 to start for similar levels of luxury, the Genesis G90 is kind of a bargain. And it had a very powerful yet very smooth twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 engine that was also slightly more efficient than its V8 counterparts. And the overall package and design is beautiful, luxurious, and very well executed. So those were my takeaways of the 13 vehicles I was able to live with in Q1 2023. I got to spend a week with each car, except for the Polestar 2, which I only had 4 days with due to my schedule, and I loved every second of it. I wanted to say thank you to all of my subscribers and followers on other accounts. You guys are what makes this possible for me to do. And make sure you are following me because I have a lot of awesome cars lined up for Q2 2023, including 2 trucks with 700 plus horsepower, one of which is powered by a V8, one of which is all electric. And the crazy thing about the current automotive industry is that statement I just said doesn't specify exactly which 2 trucks I will be driving. So hedge your bets in the comments down below, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.